Welcome to Condy Park Kindergarten. I'm Kathy, I'm the Director and Service Manager of our kindy. We're a community-based, not-for-profit kindergarten, which means that we're actually owned and managed by our parents who make the best choices for the children in our care. We're going to have a look through the kindergarten. When you come along as either a visitor or a parent to our kindergarten, we want you to feel really welcomed and have the option to ask lots and lots of questions and make sure that you know where everything is. So at Condy Park Kindergarten we have 3 classrooms. We have our seahorse, our dolphin and our starfish rooms. The seahorse and dolphin rooms are for our pre-prep children, so as they head off to school in the following year. And our starfish room is for our children who are 3 or for those children who need to do a 5-day pattern. In each of our rooms, as you come in the door, you'll see that there's parent information pockets. So that's where all your information about fee statements, newsletters, little notes from perhaps your children or lost property might be placed into those pockets as well. As you come further into the classrooms, you will notice that there's quite a lot of documentation around the room, and that's actually informing you about the intentional teaching from our teachers. You'll also see that there's a lot of information from your children in the conversations that they've been having, the projects that they may be working alongside, and also how that links back to our curriculum or the Queensland Kindergarten Learning Guidelines. In our rooms there'll also be a sunscreen station, so it's really important when you come in with your child that you come and wash your hands in the bathroom to start your day, and then that you support your child in applying their sunscreen if they haven't already done so at home. After you've put on your sunscreen, then we encourage you to let your child unpack their bags, to be responsible for their belongings and to put those things away. So water bottles can either go in the refrigerators or they can go on their tables beside the refrigerator. Their lunch boxes go in the refrigerator, and any other little bits and pieces like library bags might need to go into a library box if you've got library for that day. As you come into the rooms, you'll notice that the iPads are on top of the lockers where your child's bag goes. It's really important that you sign in with your own 4-digit PIN to allow us to know that the child's actually in the building and starting their day with us. And then the same when you leave in the afternoon, that you encourage your child to wash their hands, check your parent pocket and make sure that you use your 4-digit PIN to sign your child out. If you have any questions whatsoever, you're more than welcome to have a conversation with the teacher or the educators in your room. Also call into the office at the front if you want to talk about fee statements or return any forms. I'm also available to talk to any of our families at any time. If I happen not to be here, by all means chat to your child's teacher and make an appointment to see me at a later stage. After your child has packed everything away into the refrigerator or their drink bottles, then as you come outside, you'll actually see that there's an outside planning area as well, just outside the starfish room and near the 2 main sheds. This is a great spot for you to have a look around some of that documentation again for the outside play space, where we might be actually building something in particular, where we're sourcing your feedback as families, and also what your children are informing us of. That's a really important part to come and just check in on once a week so that you can be informed of what teaching is happening in our outside planning space. We use a nature-based model. So what that actually means is that we believe children need to be grounded, that they kick their shoes off, put them in their lockers, and that they can use any space to engage in the mud pit, in the sand pit, climbing the trees. Some of them might be climbing on the obstacle course area. Our children at Condy Park will get really, really dirty, so old clothes are very important, but we encourage our children to engage on all those different elements to develop that emotional resilience. Our kindergarten also uses what we call a risk-benefit approach. Children can climb trees. Some of our children may actually climb the posts. They have got soft fall underneath those areas. We don't lift our children. When their body's ready to get there, then we'll have a conversation with them about their climbing. So how do they keep themselves safe, but also how to keep each other safe as well. We want to welcome all our community in our kindergarten. As you come in the main doors, you'll see that we actually have our acknowledgement that the children have written and our families have written. We've also got our philosophy statement and how that actually links to our code of ethics, which guides our practice and our teaching every day. We utilise the Queensland Kindergarten Learning Guidelines as our curriculum framework, and then we also are informed by our UN Rights of the Child Charter as well. When you come into the foyer area, you'll also see our statement of fees. So that will give you some information around the costs of attending Condy Park, and we can actually give you a direct cost if you talk to our office staff based on what your CCS percentages may be. Also in the foyer area, as you'll come in, you'll see a photograph of all our different team members. On their photograph, we'll have their qualifications and what roles they play in the kindergarten, be that a teacher, educator, an administrator. I'm actually your nominated supervisor and your educational leader of the service. Up on our main wall, there'll also be the responsible person at that time. That's a great little notice to go to if you want to have a conversation with who's in charge of the centre at that particular point in time. So that's always kept up to date. If I'm not in the building, then it'll be one of our other teachers. Condy Park is actually owned and managed by our Hervey Bay community. We're operated, or our approved providers are a parent management committee who are elected by our parent body each year. You're more than welcome to become involved in our parent management committee and take on a role, or you may just like to come along and hear the meetings that we have each month. Information on the Parent Management Committee and the approved providers of our service are available in the front office area. There'll actually be a poster there identifying when our next meeting is, and also who those people are who are on the Management Committee. Thank you so much for visiting Condy Park Kindergarten. Our doors are always open to our community. We welcome any prospective families or community members to pop in and have a chat about our early childhood education. And we look forward to meeting you soon.